Yes, a very good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone present here today. A very warm welcome to OPassion Singapore, Malaysia Global. My name is Jeannie Tan, your host today. OPassion was formed in November 2020 and run by a group of dedicated host team members. We had our first trial webinar on the 23rd of September 2021, and our first public webinar was on the 30th of September 2021 under the mentorship of Dr. Bill Williams. And we meet on every Thursday. The mission of OPassion is to ignite passion for humanity and to nurture mindset and leadership for passion and oblas, and also to form passion groups for good causes. And today, of course, our speaker is none other than our big sister, Mabel Chan. So she's going to do updates for us tonight. But before I call upon her, I would like Kumaran to take over the next segment. Over to you, Brother Kumaran.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is OPassion, Singapore, Malaysia Global. My name is Mabel Chan. Come join us for an update regarding the latest info from our CEO, Mr. Mufareh, and about team values, traits, and qualities to enhance our winning journey with ONPASSIVE. The day, date, and time for this meeting, 29th August 2024, Thursday at 9 p.m. Singapore, Malaysia time and at 9 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. See you there.
This is just the beginning. I'm very happy how it came out. Nothing like we planned, but it was perfect.
We go to the top with the Philippines. We go to the top with the Netherlands.
Singapore.
We go Singapore.
Absolutely. We are in Singapore. We'll make a show of it. Yeah.
Bangladesh.
Yeah, indeed.
See you at the top.
See you at the top. Thank you, Dr. Bill. Appreciate you. We promised our founders, as always, we over-delivered. Stay tuned for much, much more to come.
Wow, thank you, Kumaran. Fantastic, as usual. Informative, entertaining, etc., etc. And the last slide talking about Mr. Ash Mufareh, always over-delivering. And I like to kind of touch a little bit of what Kumaran said, you know, in the interview with Julie. We don't know how to describe Mr. Ash Mufareh. He is God's gift to mankind at this day and time in this era. And really, he has overdone it, over-delivering it, and an extraordinary character. I know my team would like to introduce me. Thank you. But I think I will go straight into tonight's presentation about team value, updates, and about Mr. Ash Mufareh. So I shall share. Kumaran, I hope I can do it. And the share. And where are my slides? I think this is the one. This is the one. Okay, and I will roll it up. Just a minute. Yeah. How do I? Okay, maybe let me do it this way. Okay, now I can do it. Can you all see now? Okay, not supposed to be.
Yep, looks good. We
Good,
can see it.
good. Okay. So how do I get it? Never mind. Team values, tonight's topic, team values, updates, and something about Mr. Ash Mufareh. This man that is hard to describe, but what a blessing to mankind. And tonight is OPassion, Singapore, Malaysia, Global. And the agenda, let me cover a little bit the agenda for tonight. What we will be talking about is team value and leadership traits. Just 2 slides about it. And then updates, what we can know about the latest, 2 short videos about what Mr. Ash Mufareh is saying, and then what Mr. Ash Mufareh, how he is inspired to start ONPASSIVE in 2018, and how he will bring us to the next level, and some personal belief. So here we are. Team value. How do I get rid of this? Okay, team values. When we come to talk about a team, a group of people coming together, for us to gel, be able to gel and come together, we need to have a common goal or common goals. Just for example, for ONPASSIVE, all of us embrace this goal called make the world a better place for self and for others. So it is, I believe in ONPASSIVE, this is the common goal, the common bigger goal that draw us all together, all blessed to bless the world. So team values, all of us here need to have and realize we do have a common goal, and that's why we are sticking together. Team values, I'm touching on team values. Unity is the next value all of us should realize. What does unity really mean? It means many of us but one. We can have difference of opinion, but we have strength in diversity. We can disagree, but we shall never be divided. This is just a very, very brief description of what unity is. Now, team values and leadership traits, I only have 2 slides. Support. Another value to have is in a team is support. Support means bearing one another, encourage, comfort, and help. So in a team, whether there's 5 of us or 100 of us, supporting one another is important. Loyalty. Oh my goodness. For what ONPASSIVE is going through right now, loyalty is very important. When we are tested, loyalty is what will show up. Loyalty means faithfulness, commitment, devotion to the cause, to the team. You shall not be bought over by anything, but stay faithful and loyal if you value team relationship, team call, common goals. So this a little bit about what loyalty is all about. If you have loyalty, if you can portray and understand what is loyalty, you will be less tempted to betray and to give up. Leadership traits. This will lead us to the next slide. Leadership traits. Leadership traits. So many of us will be members, but some of us will rise up to be leaders of a team. So we touch on, in any team, we will need leaders, and leadership traits. When we want to grow the traits and the quality of a leader, you need to know your goal, your objective in leading a team. What is it you want to achieve? What is it that you want your team to achieve? So you need to know your cause, your purpose, and your goal. After that, you need to have a direction. You need to know where you are going, how, and show the way, have a strategy and a map. So we're talking here a little bit about being a leader. You need to know your goals, what you want to achieve, and then the next thing is, how are you going to bring your team forward to that destiny? You need to think about it. And I think all the waiting, if you can call it waiting, as Jeffrey would call it, the virtue of waiting, is actually to grow leadership, to formulate directions, clarify your goals. No time is wasted. All this is to grow character. A leader inspires. What does inspiring mean? It's a quickening, a revival. You inspire people to hope, inspire them to dream again, inspire them to know their passion again. All of us have a passion. All of us have a desire and a love. And many actually want to do better and do good. Not just a self, me, and I. So we need all this time that we come together, team, is to inspire one another to hope, to dream again, to your passion. And the last one, leadership traits, you can have many. And I appreciate all the leaders in this platform that have shared with us, especially Dr. T. We benefit so much from her, all the gems, nuggets for living. So is also many of the leaders, which I will mention some of the names later. But we know now a lot is talk about being an influencer. So I just want to touch 4 points tonight about leadership traits: goals, direction, inspire, and to influence. To be a leader, you attempt to influence. To influence is to change, to follow, and to empower an action or a thought. So as you rise up to be a leader, as you begin to talk and explain where you want to go, what you want to achieve, you need to get people to follow you. Influence them to these good causes, influence them to your passion, or even influence them to their passion to move forward, empower them. So I've touched on team values and leadership traits very quickly, just 2 slides. And when we talk about team value and leadership, it is an ongoing thing. It is the growing mindset that needs to be touched on every day, every week, every month, all the way your entire life. We continue to learn and grow and expand ourselves. So leadership traits is an ongoing reminder to us to what we can be. So we all want to know what is the latest updates. So here, just 1 slide, which is most important. Mr. Ash Mufareh come onto YouTube with all the leaders chatting very often. And I just want to touch on these updates. Progressively, Mr. Ash Mufareh updates us that OES will be relaunched. So it was temporarily shut down in June for us to migrate, to upgrade to the next and better platform. So he says that in terms of update tonight, I want to touch on is the scenarios as to when on OES will be relaunched. First scenario A, by the end of this month, August. Scenario B, in a month's time in September. And then scenario C, in 3 months' time. And if you calculate, so September, October, it will be November. To me, when it comes to timing, it is not delay or short of anything. The time given is never wasted. If we believe ONPASSIVE is a movement by God, then we fall in line with God's timing as to what will be launched. So, as I said, all the time is for us to grow, establish our character for this huge, big event in our life, encounter of our life. We can always also call it wealth transfer. Here is a short video, 49 seconds, of what Mr. Ash Mufareh says about sharing wealth. Now, the next few minutes, we're talking about this man, Mr. Ash Mufareh, who is leading 1.4 million of us. Can you hear it?
No, we're not hearing it.
Okay, how?
We can see the words though.
Let me see. Kumaran, how do we switch on the?
Mabel, you just play the video.
Yeah, I'm playing it.
It's not moving.
Can you hear it?
No, the volume.
Let me. Shall I stop share? Just a minute. So sorry. We lost touch with. I know where it is. I know where it is. There's a button I need to click. I know there is a volume. Wait. It's okay. We are family here. There is this. Right at the bottom here, there is this. How do I?
I could always read the words for us.
Okay. There is a button here, volume, but I can't see it on my screen here. I don't know.
On the bottom left.
Yeah, on the bottom left. Okay. Okay. Audio. It's okay. It's only a 2 minutes, 1 minute thing. You can read.
I could read it out loud. The same.
The same?
You know, the same health and diet. So why not diet? So why not? What's wrong with being generous? It doesn't take away from your wealth. I say something, we don't create wealth, and somebody, too fast on it, we don't create wealth. We acquire wealth. So it's literally there. Who wants to grab it?
Grab it.
We don't create wealth. We don't, it's a misconception. Okay, if you allow me, I'm a believer. I don't think I'm going to offend him. If you believe, if you allow me, the creator of the planets, the whole galaxy, moons and stars and suns and oceans and you name it, is not in any way short or unable of providing to all of us our food, our housing. He created human beings. He created beings in general. He can give a loaf of bread. So don't worry about that.
Okay. Okay. One more. This one, the shorter one.
And I don't own it. You don't own it. We're passing by. So station, nobody's permanent here. Nobody's permanent. Nobody's permanent here. We do our best and share that wealth with love. Absolutely. It would be enjoyable. We're going to have a better social life, have a better lifespan. Our life and our purpose will be more meaningful. And we will leave a legacy and impact. It's a win. All the way you can. It's just a different way. It's just a different way. I don't have to follow the traditional way of life. Piling that wealth, then okay. Piling that wealth.
Amen.
There you go.
Amen.
That's what I do as a voiceover talent.
Yes. Very clear, John. Thank you so much. And he talked about sharing wealth, and that wealth is not created but acquired. So just a little paraphrase of what we have just heard. He said, we don't create wealth, we acquire wealth. Wealth is in abundance. And when you share wealth, wealth is not decreased. It comes back to you in forms and ways to bless you. Let's let go of our limiting beliefs, embrace abundance, and make the world a better place. This is what basically he is saying, but powerful concept to change us. Interview. So in this segment about Mr. Mufareh, today we are talking about team values, updates, just one slide, yes, about when OES is coming relaunch. And it's about this interview that Mr. Ash Mufareh has with Red Redfern. What inspire? He asked basically two questions. Red asked Mr. Ash Mufareh two questions. The first one, what inspire you, Mr. Ash Mufareh, to start ONPASSIVE in 2018? So Ash says, and all this is paraphrased because I can't exactly quote him, you know. He says he is a successful network marketer all this time, and he feels that network marketing or affiliate marketing, he believes is a good business model, allowing people to work from home and via the internet. He says this way, people will have more time with their families and to do good causes. But the big but is here. As he moves along time and years, but the market forms and formulas are getting more and more problematic, lacking trust and integrity. He says it is very difficult, if not impossible, paraphrasing, to build something or a network that will last. Issues could be the product, the management, the team, the network that you have, you are forming, or financial credibility. So he even said that he has shared formulas and even supported and given financial assistance to people to come out with something that could help humanity or help people. But he has not seen anything that could bring us forward. Thus, in this next slide, with this in mind, he wants to solve the problem and create a network business to bless people. So ONPASSIVE, basically, what inspired him to start ONPASSIVE? So here it is, ONPASSIVE is not created for himself, not for Mr. Ash Mufareh. It's created for others, for the people and brothers and sisters here, ambassadors, founders, for you and I. He wants to give us a better life, better in purpose, quality, and opportunities. And with this ONPASSIVE, it is a big ambition. To do it, he knew it would cost him a lot of money. He knew it, huh? He knew what he's going through, and he still went along. It would cost him a lot of money, all of his time, facing challenges, enduring criticism, and many, many more other issues like what we are facing now. He started ONPASSIVE in 2018, facing many obstacles, disappointment, betrayals, and integrity issues. Yet, he's not giving up, and he said, all these months, yes, he said, do it or die. And here, this is a slide we used to do, show, do it or die. Mr. Ash Mufareh guarantees our success, and he vowed to share wealth with us. This is the man, difficult to describe, but we can see what he is doing for us now. The second question, the first question, the last few slides we talk about is what inspired Mr. Ash Mufareh to come up with ONPASSIVE, to create ONPASSIVE. The second question here is, Mr. Ash Mufareh, how will you take ONPASSIVE to the next level? Again, this is an interview between Red Redfern and Mr. Ash Mufareh, with Red asking all these questions. And he replies, Mr. Ash Mufareh says, as for the future vision he has is that he sees the world in a better place in 5 to 10 years' time. He sees more people getting better opportunities, better education, and global safety. Whether it's ONPASSIVE or for himself, he wants to continue to learn and grow and make a positive impact on humanity through technology and artificial intelligence. With this slide, I will go to try to attempt to to give the mission and the vision of ONPASSIVE, to make a positive impact, whether in education, safety, or any other field. In fact, many fields he will be, ONPASSIVE will be touching on and change. For the world to be in a better position because of the work of Mr. Mufareh, because of the work of ONPASSIVE. So this is the mission as we can gather and as we can see all these months that narrated by Mr. Mufareh, and we know, and we are here together because of this common goal, remember, of the team values. So making the world a better place, our ONPASSIVE mission, one person at a time. You and I are that person. One family at a time. Your family and my family is that blessed family. Then founders or ambassadors, affiliates together collectively. Let's do more. 1.4 million persons at a time, blessing them. 1.4 million families at a time. Several communities at a time, eradicating poverty as much as we can. And months ago, Mr. Mufareh says, we, you and I, the 1.4 million of us, we are his motivation. Do it or die. So now we come to personal belief, or I would like to share my belief, why I stay on and believe in ONPASSIVE. We are winding down, okay? Personal belief. The great challenges that we are facing now or ever, it just basically showed the massive movement of ONPASSIVE's mission. The latest shakeup reveals non-performers, the haters, the traitors, and those with ill intention against ONPASSIVE. It's good sometimes to consolidate, wait, step back, know our team in a closer way. And usually we have a Chinese saying, 1 step back, 3 steps forward. Hallelujah. Never losing. Let's remember there are many who do not want ONPASSIVE to progress or to succeed. So this is why the journey of ONPASSIVE is not easy, because of its mission to make the world a better place. So what can we do? So what can we do? Brothers and sisters, family members here, let's stand firm and tall, immovable, with our support and faith in Mr. Mufareh and the mission of ONPASSIVE. Let's stand firm and tall, immovable, with our support and belief in Mr. Mufareh. Exercise team values as what I have shared in my first slide. Team value, we are a team here. We are a family. We are also a team. And this is where we exercise common goals, unity, support, loyalty, and growing leadership traits. My next slide is my last slide for my personal belief, which I sometimes have shared with my with OPassion team members. The evidence why I believe in ONPASSIVE. The evidences, truth, and mission of ONPASSIVE are obvious. Let's recall some of the things that Mr. Mufareh has done. Burj Khalifa, we are owning 2 floors. This is not a simple thing to acquire. ONPASSIVE has a train station in Dubai. We sponsor the World Cup in 2022. We have affiliations with governments. We participate in various exhibitions, etc., etc., just to name a few of the accomplishment and the things Mr. Mufareh has done to show us, to show the world that we are real, and the millions of dollars he has spent. And here it is, this last point, which is actually a very important point for all of us to reckon. The support and credibility of global leaders in ONPASSIVE and with Mr. Ash Mufareh. Our faith is not alone. Brothers and sisters, you and I, if you have any doubt, or if you are believing in this whole ONPASSIVE movement, we are not alone. We have many, many excellent leaders, seasoned market business people who are standing with Mr. Ash Mufareh. And I know that if I start to mention names, it's not wise. But I want to mention who has encouraged me, touched me, and adding credibility to ONPASSIVE. Dr. Bill Williams is definitely one within our own team. Jeffrey Mollock, Antoinette, assistant to Dr. Tunishai Ford. Did I mention Dr. Tunishai Ford? Recently, he is coming every month to give us gems and to encourage us. Dr. Derek, Dr. Benny, Debbie, John Barilla, you are here. From day one, we are here. Thank you so much. I will mention Singapore Malaysia team last. And of course, every day we are seeing Red Redford, Marty DeGamo, Chris Johnson, coming up with updates and Shining Stars interview, etc. Julie Wen, I would like to call her our good friend, and with her, Michael Williams alone himself is like what Kumaran says, the brain. You want to know a little bit more about Mr. Ash Mufareh, is know the brain and what Michael Williams is saying. Susie McCrae, Mike Ellis, and of course, for the long time, Ron and Mino. I appreciate also one of our visitors, Victor Arber. And then the Dream Team, all the kings and queens of Dream Team and Deep Dive. I just want to mention these names because really to prove and to give an evidence, there are many, many, many standing by, ONPASSIVE, unshakable. Dr. Arjun Wen, Dr. Patience, Vidal Smart, Comfort and all her interviews, Raj from India, Yvonne Monday, John Barilla, your good friend, Janet Butler. I just want to mention all these people. I listen to them and they give credibility. If they are still standing around with ONPASSIVE, I can stand alongside with them. And I just want to thank even Singapore, Malaysia team members, Kumaran, thank you. Florence from Malaysia, thank you. Jeannie, I love you. Thank you very much. Joanne Wong, very silent, quiet behind, but really a pillar to all of us. Faith, my good friend, housemate, and partner mate, thank you for standing by me all these years. So you see, we are not alone, or I am not alone. My faith in ONPASSIVE is sustained because of all of you and many more names that I have not mentioned. You just need to go to YouTube to see all their faces. So pardon me if I have not mentioned your name because it's impossible to mention all the names. The leaders and the supporters of ONPASSIVE are numerous. So the next thing, I just want to cover 3 more slides and we will end. 2 more slides, what Mr. Ash Mufareh says, and then I give the objective for tonight. Mr. Ash Mufareh says, I'm in charge. So no worry, I'm in charge. I'll do this right and I will make you very proud that you stuck with us. And then I just, with what is happening, I love what Robin Noble says. Robin Noble is another great leader. Ash has regenerated and re-energized himself for the vision with greater clarity to achieve the goals for himself, for us, and the world. So you see, when we temporarily shut down OES and then migrate, upgrade the whole platform, a slight pause. We think it's a pause, but Mr. Ash Mufareh is working day and night. And I just love what Robin says. He is regenerated, re-energized himself for the vision. One last slide, what Mr. Ash Mufareh says. He says, we are on the right track. We have the right heart. We are able to do it, and it's going to be done. We are in it to win it. And he says again, what I did as Ash Mufareh will blow your mind. What a way to end tonight. Whatever is going to come forth in the months ahead is going to blow our mind. Tonight's objective, I know I took a while and covering a few slides. Tonight, my objective is mindset growth, character development, team spirit, team value. And this is OPassion's, this platform's goal. Nurturing mindset and leadership for passion, for your passion, my passion, and blessed to make the world a better place. Character building for something big and bigger. And then I touch on many slides of Mr. Ash Mufareh. Updates of Mr. Ash Mufareh and his credibility are important for us to move forward positively and to empower us to live our dreams. Come alive, inspire, influence one another, brothers and sisters, family here. Thank you so much for listening to me for this time of sharing. Okay, let me stop sharing and come back to you for comments and corrections or anything. Thank you. Jeannie, who shall we call first? Okay, the big hand, John Parilla. Thank you, John.
Yeah. Always try to be first. Not all the time, but most of the time. Well, I just want to come on and say, again, I've said this before about Mabel, in particular, when she presents or when she says something to us, it's always so well laid out, so clear, and straightforward. And so I just want to make sure I say that I appreciate that, and job well done to Mabel. And then on the other hand, I'd also like to say I enjoyed having a chance to jump in there, because that's what I always tell folks. That's what I am in ONPASSIVE, and here with our Singapore group. I'm a helper and an encourager, and so today I had a chance. Well, right now I'm encouraging, but besides that, I got a chance to jump in and help using what
the video.
As a voiceover person, say, read the closed captions so we could all hear Mr. Ash Mufareh. So that was fun. I really appreciated that. That's all I have to say, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you. Jeannie, do you see any hands raised?
No, but I see Dr. Bill is unmuted. So, Dr. Bill, would you like to say something?
I'm always glad to follow Mabel. And John, it's a good place to be in line. Everybody that hears Mabel always comes away impressed. That's the first thing you notice.
Yeah.
If that's the case, then we don't need to say anything else. But of course we can. But she always is a mic drop type of presenter. So thank you, Mabel. Put it all together. As you were speaking, I was writing, making notes. I tend to do that. And I want my audience to know what I'm thinking as I hear a talk or a speech. And so that's kind of what I've gravitated toward doing in the recent years, is listening and writing notes. So as I heard the talk on leadership, just from the very title, Team Values and Leadership Traits, it got me thinking about my journey of leadership and where did I get my material? Where did I get my learning from. And I thought about books and things, all the people that had mentored me. And then it took me on a quick journey to yesterday. So I'm gonna tell a tale of that journey in a quick few minutes. Question I always ask when we start off with something is, where are you right now? You know, are you a believer in abundance or are you a believer in scarcity? It's really the defining question for a lot of us. And I think everybody who's stuck around ONPASSIVE for many years believes in abundance. We don't believe that it's a zero-sum game. We believe that God created a world where it's additive, that abundance can be yours. And Ash is the same type of guy. And that's what attracted me to Ash and to you in Singapore, was because of your belief in abundance. So there's some people who say, I believe it when I see it. Skeptics. But we're the type that we see it when we believe it. And so you create your reality out of your mind. You know, God speaks often in the Bible about speak things into existence. If you can see it and believe it, you can achieve it, said Napoleon Hill. So there's a lot of things out there that speak to abundance being possible. For me, my why for joining ONPASSIVE was uplifting others, to invite others into the abundance lifestyle. I wanted other people to have what I have. I wanted other people to be able to achieve what I believe is possible. And so first I went to my friends and my family, then I expanded out and wanted to attract other people to ONPASSIVE because I knew what would happen should it be successful. And so my sadness comes from the people who have not been patient. They didn't learn patience. They didn't learn to wait, as Jeffrey talked about. Learning to wait is important. And I see that a lot of people lost hope and faith and belief in what was going to happen with ONPASSIVE. So I'm sad for them that they dropped off. I'm hoping that they'll come back in the same place they were mentally and emotionally, that they will rejoin with the enthusiasm that has been maintained in Singapore in the OPassion group. You have maintained your enthusiasm for 4-5 years straight, never wavered. So that's the value. And I see that. And where does that come from? It comes from leadership. It comes from developing a team of leaders who have the high values. And of course, OPassion group has high values. They're not just in it for themselves. They're in it to have a greater purpose, right? And so I'm very fortunate to have found you and to be associated with you, because it allowed me to develop more as a person, just being associated with a good team. So that's really important for me. Talking about the books and the things that influenced me over the years, I want to give you a little bit of a list of books I read that I tried to implement some of the strategies in my life. And you'll find some of these kind of humorous. One of the first was Leadership Secrets of Attila the Hun. That book was phenomenal. And it gave insights into leading teams. It's not about anything related to Attila the Hun himself, as much as how he led teams and developed such a large business. His business was, conquering other countries, but that's beyond the point. And then another one that was similar was The Art of War by Sun Tzu. That was a instrumental book in learning how to navigate the dangerous waters, the shark-infested waters that we found out about. When the other book that was written like that was how to swim with sharks and not be eaten alive. So those are things you have to watch out for. And Ash has found out recently that you have sharks in the water and they will try to take you down, make you their lunch. I read books like Lincoln on Leadership, Abraham Lincoln, the savior of the American Union back in the 1860s. I read books from John Maxwell, Laws of Leadership, and I took a lot of time and implemented Maxwell's leadership secrets within our dental practices, and that was important. John Maxwell is a great leader, modern leader, with a faith-based message. So as time went on, I became focused on leaders who were faith-based because their leadership principles were higher and stronger and more humane. And so I followed people like Ken Blanchard, who wrote Lead Like Jesus. And it was a servant leadership series that he wrote about how to teach other people to serve others. And that series of books would go perfectly with the OPassion vision of serving people, serving humanity through servant leadership. So that was an important book. And that brings us to today. Yesterday, I went to the theater because there was a new movie out called The Forge. And it really did impact me more than any one movie has in many years. What I saw there in The Forge was a family unit that was struggling. And the family unit came together with the help of one man standing up to help an orphan, a boy who didn't have a father in the home. And the mother was having trouble raising him. But this one man stood up as a mentor and took that boy in and showed him grace when he was not so nice to him, and taught him the ways of being a man, the ways of working honorably, of earning money honorably, and becoming part of a team and overcoming challenges. And so it was a really nice movie. And some of the secrets of it was similar to the host team in Singapore, having a small group of people come together with a common bond and a common goal to help one another. And that's what happened with the boy in The Forge. The mentor took him into a small group of men who taught him how to become a man. And it turns out that these same elderly men had been mentored earlier in their life by other men. And so they were coming up of age, and then they took on their own mentorship. And it was a powerful movie about how one man sharpens another. As iron sharpens iron, one man sharpens another. And I thought, well, this is very much like what Ash is trying to do with ONPASSIVE, is to bring the message of hope and the message of the Oh Blessed concept, where you take care of people around you, you train each other up. And as I looked at leadership's team building, everything kind of fit together. What we're doing here in ONPASSIVE, what I saw on the movie The Forge, we're all in the same mindset that we want to lift the world up through working together. So the final thing I want to tell you about is something I've been reading lately and visually watching lately on YouTube. There's a thing that's called near-death experiences, NDE. Have any of you heard that term, NDE? Yeah, well, a near-death experience can be a lot of things, not just a bullet whizzing by your ear, which has commonly been referred to lately, which impacted our ex-president. But it also can be people who had near-death experiences where they actually died and were resuscitated later. And they talk about an experience they had while they were dead, going into heaven, going into the next realm, into different places. And they come back and tell you stories. And so I've seen scores and scores of different videos and books, read them, about how people view life when they come back. And that's the secret message ONPASSIVE. It's like Ash has had a NDE and views life differently from everybody else. He's not interested in material wealth and gain. He's interested in spreading the love, spreading the support of one another, and not fighting all the time. You know, it's all about, if you know what's the end game, then you're going to be better on earth. And so I've spent a lot of time thinking about the end game. Where do we end up? And I think ONPASSIVE is going to lead people to live better lives like God wants us to on earth, so that when we graduate to the next level, things will be even better than we expect. But we practice it here on earth before we get there.
Yes.
So, Mabel, for the time to talk about what I've been doing and what I've been thinking, and your talk stimulated me to go into some places I hadn't intended to today, and that's always a good thing.
Thank you, Dr. Bill. Jeannie, who else should we call? Should we get Jeffrey Morlock?
Yes. Brother Jeffrey, thank you, Dr. Bill. I love what you're sharing.
Thank you.
And I'm definitely going to look into some of those that you mentioned.
Books.
Yes, thank you so much.
It's all on YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah, but there are too many things on YouTube, so it's good for a mentor like you to direct us to where to look for things. Good stuff. Thank you.
So Jeffrey, your advice?
Oh, hi. Sorry about
Yeah,
that.
comment.
I'm sorry. I was
waiting.
in La La Land thinking about some of the things that were being said and how much I really appreciate this platform and other platforms. I mean, this is inspiring. Dr. Bill, exactly what you were saying. You know, I mean, that kid in that movie, I mean, that's a single mom trying to do the best she can with circumstances that a lot of us get faced with. But you know, it's not very often when you get a mentor like that young boy has gotten that can lead and guide and strengthen him in his growth pattern. So I'm glad you brought that up. That's an excellent movie. Mabel, thank you so very much for this platform and for this topic and for your teaching this morning. I really liked what you said in the topic. You know, I think that your platform is a mainstay, if you will, support provider for a great many of us, and you are greatly appreciated, and that's been echoed by quite a few of us here this morning. So if you don't mind, I am a little inspired about this topic, about updates and platforms and teams and that sort of thing, because this is what we're on. And this is a mainstay for ONPASSIVE. And I assume in all of this, we're talking about the value of teams for providing updates to pertinent topics through platforms like this, through video conferencing and webinars. And I try to make it a point in talks and in videos and such to appreciate those like you, like Dr. Bill, like John, like a lot of us here that are consistent in their commitment to provide these platforms, because without them, I mean, like you mentioned earlier, we've got 1.4 million founder accounts. Now, I don't know how many hundreds of thousands of founders that, but it's a bunch. And without platforms like this, right, then we would not have the information available to us. And so for those folks that are consistent in the commitment of providing platforms and information, right, and in the case of ONPASSIVE, and for many other very real and online endeavors, these platforms are invaluable to us, and they're foundational for our overall communication. And they do this in quite a few ways, to be quite honest. And you guys drive this with excellence, in my opinion, because we have, first of all, collaborative sharing. We know that Mr. Mufareh is all about collaboration simply because we've got those strategic partnerships that he's put together. And in a collaborative way, these teams, your teams, all of these webinars, they all share expertise and experiences that meld into, for the rest of us, a more comprehensive insight, a bigger picture, if you will. There's also a lot of real-time discussion. That's incredibly important. Teams and platforms like this, They enable real-time sharing for information. They do immediate Q&As, on-the-spot Q&As, and all of this kind of stuff can clarify doubts and spark some very meaningful conversations and discussions. I mean, how many of us have listened to leaders like Dr. Bill and Mabel and Dr. Derek and Dr. Benny, all these folks, and they sparked us and go, oh, wow, that reminds me. And so we go into a different path. And overall, we really accumulate a very meaningful discussion because so many people have inputs. There's also what we have, remote accessibility. I mean, man alive. Without that, how many of us would not be able to get the information that we get from platforms like this, from the leaders here and that sorts of things, because it allows us to not only get the information, but to get the diverse perspectives of that information. Seeing is believing. We've all heard that, right? Webinars like this, platforms like this, they give us visual engagement so that we can say, oh, I know this person, I know that person, I see what they're saying. You see facial expressions. This allows us to, through multimedia presentations and viewing people in real time, it helps us to make tough topics more engaging, and it's easier to understand because we get context with what it is that we're taking in or trying to share. There are also time-saving things, where we can reduce research time because now we've got information with people that have different information all in one spot, so we don't have to go out and spend hours trying to figure it out. Consistency, teams always, when you have teams like this, we'll generally get the same message over different platforms, and that helps spread throughout ONPASSIVE. So that's huge, huge. Adaptability is another thing that we've got with all these things, and you guys are excellent for it because video conferencing and webinars and platforms like this that we use, they allow a lot of flexibility in scheduling, and the content, it can be all adjusted on the fly, just like it is now. I mean, if you hadn't been here this morning, I mean, I've got time this morning. If it'd been later this afternoon, I wouldn't have been able to do it. But because I could jump on here, now I'm inspired. Now I'm like, wow, I can add to this. I can be a part of the big informational picture that we're painting here. So it can be adjusted on the fly. And that allows a lot of us to be able to attend to platforms and speak at times maybe where, had it been an hour or two in either direction, we wouldn't have been able to. So there's a lot of other things I could talk about. There's enhanced learning and there's increased productivity and strengthening of relationships. That one to me is huge. Meetings like this held virtually and with, regularity, they foster trust, camaraderie, they open communication up with other teams. I'm able to go to a video and say, hey, I went to Heroes, or I went to Global International, or I went to OPassion, or I went to these other places, and draw attention so that everybody can go, oh, wow, I didn't know that was there. They can then go out there. And as certainly true with me, these meetings allow us to stay in touch with others and help us to keep the finger, so to speak, on the pulse of things that matter within ONPASSIVE. So my hat is off to you. I am so excited that you brought this up because I think I'm going to do a video and just thank every one of you folks that do webinars, that get on here and put your time and your effort and your expertise into these, because without people like you, people like me couldn't go and share and see and learn and keep the finger on the pulse of ONPASSIVE. So thank you. By leveraging these types of meetings, we stay informed, aligned, productive. I mean, it drives the success of everything else that we do. So thank you so very much. I appreciate you letting me rant on, but this is exciting for me and inspiring, and I appreciate everybody that's spoken. Thank you, Mabel, for this time.
Thank you. You are the one, and many of you are the one that inspiring us. Thank you. Anybody else want to encourage all of us tonight? Anyone else? We have a few more minutes. Yes, Victor.
Brother Victor.
Good afternoon, good evening, good day, good everything to everyone here.
That's a good one. Good everything.
Mabel, I really appreciate what you said and the way you said it, and I'm not going to repeat what everybody else has said, but it's so important that you've done this and you continue to do this, because a critical point in our development in ONPASSIVE came about, shall we say, on the 24th of June, or was it July? July, when our OES system went down, because there's nowhere that people can run to and say, well, what's happening in OPassion today? And all that we have left are webinars of this nature, where people are kept informed, where people are able to interact, where people are able to keep the enthusiasm, and where people are able to support Ash Mufareh. You are all we have left. So, in fact, it's a new learning phase for everyone in ONPASSIVE. We are finding out through webinars like this who has the staying power. There are those who are dropped by the wayside, but who has the staying power? Who was really a disciple rather than a follower? And I appreciate this platform, and I appreciate all the platforms that Jeffrey mentioned and the books that Dr. Bill mentioned. But it's so important that these platforms exist, because you, in doing what you're doing, you are keeping ONPASSIVE alive. So that if it takes a few months for our system to come back on board, we're looking at weeks. August has come to an end. September is around the corner. Oh, by the way, I must say this. This is a personal thing. Tomorrow is my birthday, and I'm going to be 77 tomorrow. So
wow! Happy birthday! Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday to Victor! Happy birthday
to you.
Thank you very much.
Many more years to come, okay?
Thank you very much. But again, just to reiterate that it is so important that this is happening, and we are now finding out the chaff is being taken away, and we're finding out, okay, this is the wheat. We're looking at the wheat that's there, and we are encouraged by platforms of this nature. We are encouraged, and we were going to stay the course. Now, when the new phase starts, sorry, let me just say one more thing. My brain just works like. Let me just say one more thing. We have not had a global launch. We are part of a subculture. Ash has created a subculture, and that subculture is global. It's over 200 countries nationally. So the damage, if any damage has been done on the larger global market, it is limited. Because if you go out into the streets of America and you ask about ONPASSIVE, they do not know. England, they do not know. Germany, France, wherever you may be. I dare say in Malaysia, they don't know. And the same of Singapore. So our damage has been within, in its internal damage, and it's done mainly by people who are part of the ONPASSIVE family. Of course, there are those others who are who make a living out of causing trouble and on social media by posing questions and challenging the authenticity of upstart companies. Yes, but they don't have much following, so the damage is limited. When we start our new phase, and when we go into that broader marketplace, we will go there with products and services that are unrivaled. As Mufareh did not say that he's going to create anything. He said he's going to improve upon something that already exists, and he's going to give it to those people at a cheaper price point, and not only at a cheaper price point, but he's going to do what nobody else is doing. He's going to do it through one shopping mall, one place. So you can go into one place, boom, and get everything you want. And no one else out there in the market is doing that. And that's what I call our jewel in the crown. That is our unique selling point. We are a one-stop shop. And I just wanted to drop that in. So back to where I was. Yes, thank you very much, Mabel, for what you've done. Thank you for inviting me to the platform. And I thank each and every one of you for allowing me the opportunity to say my 10 and 10 pence. I should shut up now.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Victor. Thank you for sharing. Mabel, earlier I saw Mr. Muhammad Faisal.
Yes.
Yeah, the hand.
Yes.
Mr. Muhammad Faisal, are you there? Would you like to unmute and ask your question, Muhammad Faisal? Muhammad Faisal, are you still there? Okay, maybe we'll call the next person, and then Muhammad Faisal can come back when he comes back. We'll call him.
Yep.
Okay, I see Sister Debbie today.
Oh, Debbie!
Sister Debbie, is it convenient for you to speak? Would you like to say
Only
something?
if it's convenient.
Yeah.
She's traveling again.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello!
Hey.
Wow!
Good morning, everyone. Greetings from Chicago. I'm not traveling this week, but next
Okay.
week I will. Wow, Sister Jenny, I am so proud to see you today. I think my camera is off.
Yeah, camera is on. Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's so tiny, I can't see it because I'm using my phone.
Ah,
Oh, you're standing up. We can see you standing up.
Oh, okay. All right. It's so good to see you back, Sister Jenny. I was worried while traveling. So good to
thank
see
you.
you back. We're so blessed.
Yeah.
And Sister Mabel, thank you for your presentation. You're one of the reasons why I came to Singapore and never left. Because each time you speak, you just open all my antennas. And you do it on a regular basis. It doesn't matter what you say and for how long. It's like a magnetic way of sucking everyone over to you. And that's what has brought each and every one of us to the Malaysia-Singapore platform. Thank you, and keep doing what you're doing. And every other person who is on the team. And I also wanted to add this. What I believe about ONPASSIVE is hope. Hope is something that you cannot buy with money. There's so many wealthy people who don't know how to hope and dream it, plan for it, and be patient. When you have hopes of having a baby, you plan for it. I'm bringing this example because everyone has either had the experience of having a baby or nurturing one or hoping to have one someday or have mentored one someday or sometime in their lifespan. But I brought this up because some people have lost hope in terms of where we're going. And I just want to encourage everyone and anyone who is listening that hope is something that you have to nurture within you. And ONPASSIVE is something that we had hoped will go to a still level, and we are still there. It has not left us. We are still in that family of hope. We're still there planning to see that baby walk. They start by being in 9 months in the mommy's belly. When they come out, they don't start crawling immediately. You nurture them to get to that level of crawling, walking. You teach them how to speak. Then you have to watch and wait and learn as they grow. You learn their personality as they grow. And this is what I see in ONPASSIVE. We cannot just expect it to become a monster overnight or become an expert overnight without going through the stages of growth and its challenges as well. And we have seen that in our personal lives, that there is nothing that you go through without some challenges. If anyone who is listening now or in the future claims that they've never had any challenges in their lives, that person is not being accurate or honest with themselves. There are always challenges. And if you do not have hope that those challenges will be accomplished, then you are living in a different world that not all of us have experienced. So I encourage us to continue to have faith in one another, encourage one another to be hopeful, and not let anyone behind. If there are people that we used to go to webinars with and we no longer see them, just check on them, because the list always shows who is there or who is in that group information. Just check on them. How are you? I haven't seen you in a while. Is everything okay? Because that will make them feel that they're being thought of highly, and will make sure they get back into continuing with us while our hopes are there out in the open. Anyway, sorry, I think I'm going beyond what I was going to speak about, but it was just to say, let's continue to be hopeful. Let's not give up. And thank you, Dr. Bill. I listened to your talk, and I also listened to Brother Jeffrey and John as well. You're all always inspiring. Appreciate you always. Thank you. And back to you, Sister Jenny.
Thank you, Sister Debbie. Thank you. You've always have very what do you call that, warm and passionate encouragement to all of us. And what you shared is very encouraging. And we also will learn from you that we will do our part. We will try and call back those that have been here regularly and not here today. Yeah, and we will do that. Thank you, Sister Debbie. Thank you. Okay, we have Mr. Muhammad Faisal. We called you earlier. Are you here now? Muhammad Faisal? Is it convenient for you to talk now? Maybe not, huh? Okay. How about Sister Sharon? Sister Sharon, would you like to say something to us, Sister Sharon Wheaton? Not convenient?
Yeah.
How about the friend of Brother John, Melanie? Melanie, would you like to say hi to us? Sister Melanie. All too shy, huh? How about Dr. Doris from Ghana? Would you like to say hi to us and share with us your thoughts? No? Wow.
It's
How
okay.
about, huh?
We can have an
Maybe
early night.
not convenient, huh? Hey, hi, Sister Doris. Yeah, hi.
I greet you all, my good friends. You have been of help from day one. I love this group so much. You are so on top. I'm so grateful, always excited when I join you. And I have so many informations and education, encouragement. So happy. My dear Mabel, you in your group. Where is Francis? It's been a long time. Is he around? Or is no more?
Yeah, I'm
All
sure.
right. Okay. We all have to be strong and focused. We all have to be praying. Keep Mr. Ash and the technical team in prayers all the time for our success. He's doing a great job. We love Mr. Ash, our friend, and all of you. We have to be strong. We have to be encouraged all the time, and everything will work for our good, to the glory of our Lord. Thank you.
Thank you, Sister Doris. Thank you so much. All right. Okay, before I forget, I have posted our link, our Singapore OPassion link on the chat. So if those of you who are new, you may want to join us in the chat to get our updates and when we're going to have the next webinar, which is on every Thursday. And then we will post our link there and you can join us. Yeah, please, you feel free and you are welcome to join us. Yeah.
Hi, Mabel.
Hi. Hi.
Hi, it's Melanie. I'm so sorry.
Hi.
There
my,
she is.
yeah, thank you, John. My mic and my camera is doing a dance with me. I'm so sorry. I was trying my best. I said, oh no, I'm usually one to uplift. So thank you very much, John, first of all, for inviting me. I have a day off from work and John asked me to join. So I am thankful I'm here. And I'm familiar with Mr. Jeffrey Moloch, my mentor, Dr. Bill Williams and all. My pleasure to join. And I'm thinking when you touch on loyalty, it is a good thing because many times when things are working right, we are in good spirit. And I notice when things have plummeted a bit, we are so fast to point fingers, we are so fast to judge without knowing the facts. What we have to remain is one unified body. You touched on, unity. So unity is a unified body where we look after each other, where we are each other's brother's keeper. And in humanity, this is what we are. We are to take care of our brothers and sisters, right? So by failing one, we fail all. By lifting up one, we lift up all. And together, we are going to go somewhere. I believe in working together. And I believe that sometimes without judgment and with our encouragement and being here for each other, leaning on each other's shoulder, we will get together, we'll do things together, and together we'll succeed. And this is what I look at life as, because no man is an island, as I placed in the chat. No man stands alone. Together, we will go somewhere. Together, we have patience and we will be the leaders of what we said we are going to be, humanity, because that's what we are here for, to help each other. To help each other. No one knows how long we are destined for. So we have to do our best whilst we are here. Thank you for giving me that time. And I look forward to joining you all more. Thank you, John. Thank you, Mabel, and all.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Sister Melanie.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Mabel, back to you.
Okay, thank you. I just want to repeat again that all this time is not a delay, but a waiting. It's for us to grow in character development, etc., to embrace what is to come. Remember what Mr. Mufareh says, whatever he's showing to us, giving to us will blow our mind. So let's be ready for it, have that mindset and capability to receive and then to give. All this time, we are the cream. Family here, we are the cream that is rising up to the top. Others can sink, others can step back for a while, but for those of us remain. We are the cream that is rising. We are the one going through the journey with ONPASSIVE. And I just feel that, to give the scenario, what a privilege to be in this birthing experience. We are in the birth, we are going through the birth, and we are going to be the birth itself. Are we the partner in the delivery room? Family members here, are we the partner, the spouse, or the partner, more appropriately, in the delivery room, witnessing the birth? Or are we in a distance and only coming back when the child is born? But we miss that experience. We miss the privilege of being in the delivery room. So here we are. Let's unite, support, inspire, and influence to make the world a better place. Thank you again.
Thank you. Thank you, Mabel. Thank you so much. And I also
Hello,
want to
Sister
thank,
Mabel.
say
Yes.
hi.
Hello, Sister Mabel. I'm so sorry. Sharon Whedon here from Canada. I heard
Yes.
my name called, but I was in the middle of I'm trying to multitask. It's work hours for me. Again, I'm sorry I missed my call. But I'll be short and sweet and right to the point. Starting a new business is always hard, especially if you are that good. When you are that good and you have all these people feel threatened, and it's really hard to keep positive and keep your head up above the game, because especially poor Ash, like I started my business 20 years ago and I had one huge corporation that was trying to put me out of business. And for 20 years he was trying. So I can't imagine Mr. Ash is going up against so many more big, huge corporations. So it's great that he has all of us to help him and keep him positive and keep his eyes on the prize. And that's all I have to say, is that we are in a great place. And don't believe the hype, ignore the haters. There's all kinds of rumors out there. You know, we've been called everything and anything, from a cult to a conspiracy theory to you name it, you hear it. And what's great about ONPASSIVE family is that our own family and friends, some of them do not believe us and calling us a cult and a conspiracy theory. You know what I mean? So it's good that we have each other and we have each other to lift us up and to keep us together. And it's great webinars such as this that helps. And if you know anybody that's in ONPASSIVE, and I call those people on the fence, you know, try to encourage them to come to one of the webinars or 2 or 3, so that they can get uplifted and get involved and get back involved. So there are people that are on the fence that we need to try to pull in. And the other people, well, we can't help them. If they don't believe and they want out, I say just let them go. You know what I mean? When ONPASSIVE shines and the world goes boom and people know, and we should all be talking about ONPASSIVE to our friends. I talk to the people in the bank. If I go to the hospital, I talk to the people in the waiting room. I always have like a business card on me. So I'm always trying, and that's just it. It's all part of branding. We just got to keep mentioning the word ONPASSIVE. ONPASSIVE. Have you heard of ONPASSIVE? And, people will listen, and that they may not understand yet. But like I said, eventually we're going to go boom, and everybody's going to be like, oh, yeah, that's what they were talking about. So everybody just stay positive. I love you. Thank you very much for allowing me to speak. Back to you, Sister Mabel.
Thank you. Thank you, Sister Sharon. Thank you so much. And a very big thank you to Mabel. Really, it was a very great update. And I think it's very empowering to every one of us, that it's a great reminder and bring back, the remembrance of what ONPASSIVE stands for, and why we are still here, and why we are all still so passionate and so strong about ONPASSIVE. And I also want to thank our great mentor, Dr. Bill, who's here with us today, and Brother Jeffrey, Brother John, Sister Debbie, and who else? Many, many more. Yeah, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Brother Abba, Sister Doris, and many more. So we would like to close for the night, and a very good morning, good day, good afternoon, good night to everyone. Thank you.
Good night.
Bye.
See you next Thursday.
Next Thursday.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Good night. Bye-bye.
Remember to come. See you on Thursday.
In it to win it.
Good
In it
night.
to win it. In it to win
Bye.
it.
Bye-bye.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
bye-bye.
Okay.